What's up, guys? Welcome back to Skinny Pedal Motorsports. Welcome back to the channel. Like I said in the last video, we're finally going to put this thing on E85, and I'm going to show you what to use in your G-body to put two wallboard 450s in tank. You have to do a little cutting, but they actually will go in tank and they work good. And yeah, I'm going to show you exactly what you need. You could probably use this too on other cars that have aluminum, steel, whatever kind of tanks, you know, stainless steel, whatever they are. A bunch of old muscle cars, but yeah, this is exactly what you need right here. So just hop right into it. You go to Summit or Holly, pick up this thing. It's part number 12-173. Looks just like this. This is it right here. Pretty daggone nice. It has the wiring for two 450s, 8 feed, 8 return, 6 vent. So how this works is you take this little metal piece right here and you can cut it off, slide this bracket down. This will go from a 7-inch to a 12-inch tank. Works really good. It's already pre-wired. Everything's ready to go. You just need connectors, which I have right there. You basically drop this down in the tank after you cut a hole. You take these things and turn it sideways. But yeah, we're going to hop right into getting this installed. It also comes with everything you need, all the fittings, 8-ends, socks, spacers for the tank. So on a G-body, the tank floor and the space between the tank is pretty tight. So it comes with these little foam spacers. Right here, you can actually put these on top of the tank, and that's probably enough to make spacing okay. But like I said, you can use these on pretty much anything. I think, you know, I don't know if they work on plastic tanks, but I'm sure they would. The way it works is, like I said, the screw goes down, the little thing slides out, and that locks on. You just got to drill a 4-inch hole in the tank, and you drop this thing in there, twist those little things, and you got a fuel pump ready to go. So one thing I need, as you can see, this is an 8-amp port for the return. My car is a 6-amp return, so I gotta hop down the Summit real quick, take y'all along with me. We gotta get us a 6-amp to 8-amp so it can go into the tank. So yeah, let's hop to Summit. Guys, we're here at Summit. We're gonna run in here and get the AN fitting and a new clutch throwout bearing. That's what I need, a throwout bearing. I think I have a faulty one, so yeah, we're just gonna hop right in Summit. Well, we got what we needed from Summit Racing. We got our fitting and a GM Performance Slave. Yeah, this place is awesome if y'all have never been here. Well, time to get back on the road. So once you get this tank out, you don't want to drill in this thing unless you got one of those special bits that don't spark, because you will make an explosion. But yeah, so we got a siphon pump to pump out the gas. You can pick these up at Home Depot. These are pretty easy to use. No power involved, so no chance of sparking, lighting this thing on fire. We're gonna pump all the gas out of this because we got to drill a hole for a fuel level sender, and we got to drill this out, so just got to be careful. All right, so once you get all your gas drained out like I did, what I did was I got a pump, drained it out. I ran a bunch of water through it, and then I got my vacuum cleaner. Once I ran about 2 or 3 full tanks of water, 30-minute intervals, I let it sit out in the sun. I got my vacuum, got the rest of the water out. There's no gas. I lit a match, no gas anywhere, so I can start drilling. First thing you gotta do, drill these out. There's a couple holes there. These are spot welds that you got to drill out right here. There's 6 of them, so drill those out. Get you one of those. Get you a 4-inch hole is the next step. I just cut mine right around where the lip is. I made some boo-boos. Should be fine. I think that plastic's gonna, or not the plastic, but the grommet is gonna cover those holes up. If not, I'll come back and put something on them but I think it'll be fine. I got to get all this metal out that's in there, but yeah, that's what you do. 4-inch hole. It says that in the directions. All right, so I got my 4-inch hole cut. Then I got to thinking, I'm like, you know, I got to have a fuel level sender in this thing. So I went and picked up something. You can get these pretty much anywhere. This is a universal 240 to 33 ohm. It'll work with a Holley Pro Dash. You can't get a 0 to 90 ohm. I just picked this one up because it was cheap. I want to try the cheap route first. It's a Dorman 55818. You can get these on Amazon for about $20. I'll drop a link right here. But yeah, what you need this for is to obviously measure your fuel level. And here's mine, where I got it. It goes through this hole here. That's a 1.5 inch hole. It's about 7.5 inches deep right here. You can see this is where the gas pump originally was. And that's right there in the front. It's perfect. It doesn't hit in there anywhere. And it's absolute zero is on the bottom. And absolute full is directly on the top, and it hits nothing. So yeah, I'm gonna get those bolted in, and then we'll get them back to put the pump in. So this pump does come with two wall-bore 450s, which are in diameter the same size as a 525 or a 535. And I want to make a little bit more power. So what I'm gonna do is swap out the 450s for a 525 and a 535 that I already have. These 450s will be going in a later project coming in a couple months, hopefully to the channel. But yeah, we're gonna swap these out. They should be fine. The wiring is pretty good. They should be plenty sufficient enough because this is gonna be a very short run. Because I've got 10 gauge coming from the front of the car to the back. Since it's all the way in the back, I ran a much larger wire. These draw a lot of amps, so should be fine, no problems there. But yeah, we're just gonna get these swapped out and then get putting that in there. So one thing you gotta do, I don't know if y'all can see it in there, but they're pretty much sitting on the bottom of the tank. You don't want them on the very bottom of the tank. You want them about 1 inch up. So I gotta adjust this thing some more. I gotta bring them up and be done with them. So I'm going to show you how to adjust them. I'm gonna throw you on the camera stand and show you how to do it. The bolt on each side that you loosen up, just like so. Loosen that one up. Loosen that one up. Just like that. And these pumps move back and forth. I'm actually going to move them up a little bit further. I think that'll probably do it. Well, you can see we got it in there. These are torqued to 40 to 60 inch-pounds in a 5-star motion, so kind of like that. But that's in there. We're going to put the fuel level sender back in place. I just used that as a view hole. But yeah, the pumps are in. Now all I got to do is just wire them up, stick them back in the thing. And yeah, we'll have enough fuel pump for about 1,000 horsepower for under 600 bucks, give or take. Got me a little friend out here watching me put this stuff together. He's just been chilling. But yeah, everything's back in and ready to go in the car. So here's the wiring for this. Next step you need to do. These are all, I think, 12 gauge. I'm going to step them up to a 10 gauge 2-prong connector because I want to be able to unplug the pumps in case I overheat the fuel, but which I shouldn't, but just in case I want to have them separate. So I hopped on Design and picked these up right here. That's the part number. So that'll work. I'm gonna run 10 gauge after this plug all the way up to the fuse box or to the Holly. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to trigger this red and black one here to come on with the car, and then this green and white will be at 3 psi. Well, both of the plugs are wired in. Fuel pump is wired in. Got it going to the back. I'm going to use the factory ohm sensor because I've already got it wired to the Holly dash. But yeah, all we got left is just one more plug running the relays, and we can hook this thing back up, hook the fuel lines up, and we can test it out. All right, so I'm gonna show you a quick way to do these MetroPack 280 connectors. If you get the right tools, you really should only need a set of strippers. Strip both wires like this. Don't have to get a whole bunch of it. Need these, which is not the compression, but the seal. Basically, you just slide these over. I slide mine back to there, like so. And then I will crimp them on with these connectors right here. This is an ISS IWS 1424B. You can get this on Amazon. But basically, all you do is slide this over. You crimp this on the front, on the number 4 hole. because this is a MetroPack 280 connector. You'll see how they fit. They're pretty self-explanatory. And that's your finished product. But yeah, these are gonna go over there, right there, plug in, run up through the bottom of the car and up into the Holly. I won't bore y'all with that. I'll get it all hooked up and I'll show you how I'm gonna set it up in the Holly. Well, the car's back on the ground. I'm gonna show y'all how the fuel level set up on my car. If you got a GBODY regular dash like analog, it's a 0 to 90 ohm sensor in the fuel tank, and then a digital dash one is 0 to 120. You can find those on Amazon. I was impatient and I went with a 240 to 33 because it was the only one in stock at the time I could get in a couple days. It will work for my car because I have a Holly Pro Dash that can adjust to 240 to 33. So that's how I got it set up. I'll show you all that real quick. So you can see I have the Holly Pro Dash. I think you can actually set these up on some of the other dashes. You just have to wire into the inputs on the back. But for me, I go over here to configuration. I hit dash configuration. I drop down once it loads. I go down here to my pin I07. That's the one that everybody uses for fuel. I've got a custom ohms. They also have a fuel gauge 90Rs, which I was using before, but I have my custom ohms. I have mine set to 257 because I measured the back of the dash right here to see what the ohms were. You know, as you travel, I guess the ohms kind of rise up a little bit. So mine was completely empty at 257, and I know that 0, somewhere down there, 33 actually is 0. Well, full. 33 is full, which is 100. That's how I have it set up. I linearized it both X and Y axis and hit save. That's all you got to do. Hit OK. I've got about 3 gallons, give or take, and this is a 17-gallon tank, so it's pretty close. But yeah, that's how you set up your fuel gauge on a Pro Dash and make it work. Anyways, to end this video off, I'm going to go right back through what you need to get this done. You need a Holly 12-173 right here. This is a twin 450 pump that drops in tank. You need some MetroPack 280 connectors. I like to use 10 gauge because mine's the back of the car and my Holly's over in the corner, so I run 10 gauge from there. And, you know, just your basic tools, your crimps, an IWISS crimp tool for the connectors, the 280 connectors. The rest of it's pretty simple. I mean, go back and watch the video, you see how simple it is. But that's exactly what you need. I'm going to drop those in the description below, and they'll all be linked previous right here somewhere. So yeah, thank y'all for watching. Tune in. We're going racing this weekend. There'll definitely be a video coming out. Hopefully we'll get this thing on the dyno soon and actually be able to get it on E85 tuned up and start turning this boost up.